G'day and welcome to Beyond Sobriety, an unofficial AA podcast. This is a place where you will hear real stories of recovery and resilience. I'm Michael and I'm an alcoholic, your host and fellow journeyer on the road to sobriety. As someone who has walked the path of addiction and found solace in the fellowship of Alcoholics Anonymous, I understand the challenges and triumphs that come with striving for sobriety. And it's with this understanding and empathy we've created this podcast. Our purpose here at Beyond Sobriety is simple yet profound: to provide a platform where individuals can share their experience of alcoholism openly and authentically. Through candid conversation, personal narrative, and expert insights, we aim to inspire hope, foster understanding, and offer a beacon of light to those still navigating the shadows of addiction. So whether you're someone in recovery, a loved one supporting a friend or family member, or simply seeking insight into the journey of sobriety, you're in the right place. Join us as we embark on this transformative journey together. I'm Michael and I'm an alcoholic, and this is Beyond Sobriety. Welcome. Hi everyone and welcome to this Christmas edition of Beyond Sobriety. It's so good to have you all here. There was a couple of things I was thinking about uploading today. Firstly, I was considering not uploading at all because it is Christmas and I didn't think many people would be listening. However, upon reflection, I realized that Christmas is a very difficult time for us alcoholics. It's often plagued with memories of blackouts, memories of doing stupid things, and realizing that we have stuffed up relationships. With that in mind, the decision was made just to do a very short update and a word out to all our friends and family that listen to us on a weekly basis. On one of the chat groups I'm a part of, somebody uploaded their thoughts for the day, and I really enjoyed it, and I want to share this with you because I think this is going to help a few of you out there. Sharing publicly today with the author's permission. Names have been changed to protect identities. It's called the God Idea, and it goes like this. I climbed into bed completely done, exhausted thrice over, mentally, physically, spiritually. I could hear Jared's sleeping music vaguely playing through the monitor. The soft glow from the dinosaur nightlight in Nathan's room trickled through the crack of the door, spilling gently into the hall and into my room. The bed sheets were favouring Mel's side as she dreamed softly, always facing the monitor inches away from her pillow. I lay my head on the pillow and my eyes closed. It begins. Electricity screams like wolves at the moon, but it's in my ears. It feels like fire, but it's just on my skin. The ballad of madness dances through the theatre of my mind, but I'm not versed in this routine. I try a blindfold, even though it's dark. I try earplugs, even though it's quiet. I try variations of each. I can't sleep. I entertain the idea of ringing my sponsor, but I don't. I entertain the idea of reading, but I don't. I entertain the idea of running, showering, screaming, crying, but I don't. I reluctantly, defeatedly turn to God. The Serenity Prayer drowns out the wind blowing through the trees outside. The third step prayer I repeat a few times, vividly picturing the place where I was first shared this experience and the bookmark upon which it is written that I was gifted. I try to recall the Our Father prayer I learnt in high school, but I just can't piece the words together. Perhaps I finally succumbed to the relief of sleep. Perhaps I was distracted enough from the turmoil of my own delusional thinking that I drifted off. Or, most likely, the God idea worked. The anchor in the seas of woes rescued me from the hopeless abyss of my madness. I slept. I woke. I opened today's reading, the God idea. I ask for his protection and care with complete abandonment, and I start my day. Sometimes, when we're all by ourselves and it's late, we have nobody else to turn to, but we can always turn to our higher power. Whatever that is that you call it, I encourage you to reach out and connect with that higher power. I want to share with you 4 tips that I have to staying sober over the Christmas period. The first one is stay connected to your support network. As alcoholics, we have a support network no matter where we go. I'm currently in a rural town in New South Wales, travelling to meet family, and I know that there is a meeting 10 minutes up the road from me. And your local support network and your sponsor are important during this time. Make sure you stay connected. Attend extra meetings during this period if you need to. Spend time with sober friends. Don't isolate yourself and slip back into old habits. Number 2, focus on new traditions. Not everything has to be around alcohol. As Australians, we have a very strong drinking culture, especially at this time of year. People want to go out, they want to get smashed, and they want to write themselves off. That's what we all used to do. Now is the time to focus on what's important, which is your sobriety. Number 3, you don't need alcohol to have fun. Remember that the holiday joy doesn't come from alcohol. It comes from our meaningful connections. Whether that's your family, whether that's connections with your higher power, whether that's connections with the group. There's always somebody around who's happy to have you. Stay connected during this time because it's isolation that got us into this mess in the first place. And number 4, keep your purpose of mind. Don't sacrifice the sobriety time that you have for the temporary, what's seen to be pleasure of drinking or the solution of drinking. Because it might take away some of your problems or, that pissed off relative that's annoying you. It might dull the pain. It might help you get through an awkward social situation, but it's not worth the time that you've got up at the moment. And I don't care if it's 5 years of sobriety, 5 months, 5 weeks, 5 minutes, 5 seconds. It doesn't matter. Every day you spend sober, it's worth it. Don't get distracted during this time. It's so easy to fall apart and to slip back into our old habits, especially when we're around old friends, old family members, that drinking isn't a problem for them and this is their time to let loose. Don't begrudge them. Let them have that time. And remember, you didn't come to Alcoholics Anonymous just to be the person who doesn't drink. Focus on the 12 promises that Alcoholics Anonymous gives us. A life beyond our wildest imagination, clarity of thought, staying connected with your friends. This is what's important. Look, I'd like to thank everybody for your support over this period of time and for listening. If you're finding this valuable, please leave a comment, like it. Together we can spread awareness about this disease of alcoholism and help affect people's lives for the better. Shows like this and this groups that you attend on a weekly basis save lives. I hope you have a great time with your family. God bless you all. Let's finish it off with the Serenity Prayer. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things that I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Make sure you keep on attending meetings. Stay connected. I love you all. God bless. Thank you for joining us here today on Beyond Sobriety. Before we wrap up, I'd like to leave you with a gentle reminder. If you happen to recognise anyone who shared their story on this podcast, I urge you to respect their anonymity and privacy. Let's create a safe space where individuals can feel empowered to share their experiences without fear of judgment or disclosure. If you found today's episode helpful or inspiring, I encourage you to share Beyond Sobriety with someone who might benefit from it. Together we can spread awareness, support and hope to those still struggling with alcohol addiction. Remember, your feedback is invaluable to us. If you have any thoughts, suggestions or stories you'd like to share, please don't hesitate to reach out to me on anonymousAA01011990@gmail.com. Thank you once again for tuning in. Until next time, stay strong, stay sober, and remember, you're not alone in this journey. I'm Michael, and I'm an alcoholic.